I went, well, how could I take that the wrong way?
Yeah, it's not offensive.
No. Well, the point is this. He didn't know me 20 years ago, so he's actually saying, Rick, don't take this the wrong way. He looks better than you do.
Yeah, well, he does.
But why say that, Carl?
What? Did you really say that?
Yeah, although, can I just backtracking for a second? I love the fact you said you bumped into Gary Kemp and you reminisced about old times. What old times did you share with Gary Kemp?
Well, no, he came up and said, did we drop the pops together? I went, no, I did Razzmatazz. I said, oh, we did Razzmatazz. I think he was thinking, had he ever met me before? But he hadn't, because we hadn't. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
but if you had to make an objective analysis...
I wouldn't. I think that's out of order.
Sure, sure. I mean, you're always slagging me off, but apparently you can't do value judgment on something else. No. Well, because you're morally all over the place. You know where you're coming from.
Leave it.
Sure, you should hear what I say about you, then.
So, would you say you're better looking now than you were? Or...
Than I'm what?
Would you say you're better looking now than you were?
Than I was when?
Well, like, have you aged well?
Yes.
You've aged well.
Yeah, I've kept my looks.
Bit of down.
Bit F and down, this is what's happening.
Look for sunshine.
Now, it's intriguing to me because here's a film called Freaks, featuring real-life freaks, and you're sort of a bit nonplussed by it.
Just because it's built up. If you call a video Freaks, you've got to make sure that there's some good stuff on there.
Yeah.
What were you disappointed about? Was it that?
Because there was a few things on it, right? There was a woman who said she was half man, half woman, and it's like, well, you're not, are you? It was just like she had some makeup on. I thought, well, that's rubbish. And then there was a woman who could eat using her feet. That isn't that freaky. Do you know what I mean? She's not hungry. She looks normal. And that's when I was thinking. I mean, I'm not being right, Steve. You know, I'm not being funny.
Oh, here we go.
No. But I'm just saying. If that woman wasn't eating and you were sat next to her in that film,
yeah,
I'd probably be sort of drawn to you more than her. I'm not... I know you hate me saying it, but there's no point sort of pretending. Do you know what I mean?
Oi, Muttley, what are you sniggering about?
Thanks. Well, you mean there were things in it that were less... What are you saying?
I'm just saying...
Play a record. Seriously, I'll slap you. I'm going to slap you live on air.
Yeah, but you always go...
I'm slapping you live on air, I swear to God.
Alright, play a song then.
Well, there's the best band in Britain, in my opinion.
Big words.
The Darkness, Growing on Me, on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant, and Carl Pilkington.
Have you got the album?
And already, they've had an argument.
Yes. Well, I mean, I don't know whether we need to cheapen the show by discussing it, but I asked for a particular track. Carl is the producer, and he failed to get it for me. He's failed to bring it up from the record library. Completely failed in his mission. He needed to get 2 records, and he failed to get one of them. A 50% error rate there.
Yeah, but like I said, I looked in the system, he told me what album it's on, I brought that album up. I'm busy.
But, okay, so fine, you're absolutely fine then, that's no problem. You know, once again, that's a great excuse, Carl, brilliant. The show has been ruined, it's been partially ruined, but you've got a bit of an excuse.
Alright, I didn't make a big deal out of it when you said, oh, and whilst you're down there, get us a new 50 Cent single.
I never said, well, you know, get the new 50 Cent single. I asked you if 50 Cent single was lying around.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been here, I wouldn't have worried.
So I get it, yeah, I did that for you.
Right.
When I come up, you say, has it got swearing in it? Well, I don't know, it's 5 to 1 still.
You're the producer, it's the brand new single, and I thought it'd be lying around in the XFM office anyway.
But I don't have time to sit around listening to music.
Sure, well, yeah.
Right? I know that you have, now you've got an iPod that can hold 7,500 songs, I don't know when you're going to get round to loading all them on, but I haven't got the time.
Sure.
Busy.
Yeah. Fine, okay, no, that's a perfect excuse, Carl, well done, mate. Right. I just hope that I never have to depend on you in a real emergency. How did you meet your girlfriend?
Through work.
What, through her work? What, you found out and said
we worked at the same place.
Oh, right. You're quite an enigma, aren't you? Could you give us more on that? At work, you met her at work. What, she came in selling sandwiches? She was going through the bins outside. What do you mean you met her?
Why are you having an attack on me? You're sad and lonely.
Oh, he's done you again. He's done you.
Yeah, but what I thought was interesting was I just scratched at him and he just went mental.
Yeah, no,
It's like a
but
bear caught in a trap.
it's funny, isn't it? You'll never learn.
No, I was just interested to find out what the story was, because it might be a really romantic story.
Well, it's not.
Alright, jeez. I mean, the fact he doesn't want to talk about his love affair.
I was thinking about you in the week, and like, does it worry you? I mean, you sort of joke about it now, and we're talking about it in the office, and is Steve really touchy about the money box?
Oh, what's this? Where's that come from?
He's done it again. He's done you
I was
again.
walking home the other night, and I was thinking about it. And do you worry that when you're old, you're going to be on your own?
You did start it though, didn't you?
Well, Carl, I'm glad you brought this up. because I mean, for me, you know, a lightweight, frothy entertainment show on XFM on a Saturday afternoon is exactly the place where I want to discuss the desperate, lonely future that's inevitably coming my way.
Oh God! I'll tell you what will cheer you up. If you little that, a bit of Embrace.
Oh, one of the most hated bands.
But yeah, I don't know what we were talking about there. So we've got the film thing going.
I don't know what we were talking about. What were you talking about earlier about glasses as well, and Steve taking his glasses off? What was that?
What are you saying that in front of him now for?
Was it an insult?
It wasn't really an insult.
Carl, what were you up to?
No, what was it? I genuinely don't remember. I genuinely don't remember.
Well, I just right, Steve. I'm not having a go. Right. Just saying how people. It's a bit weird that you've got glasses because you've got a good pair of eyes on you. Right. That isn't an insult.
What were you talking about though? What was it? Why did you?
It was the fact that people who wear glasses always look a bit weird without them on. It's like, you know, they should wear glasses.
Okay. Why did we get round to this? What was we talking about? What were we talking about?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that was.
It sounds like an insult, even it wasn't intended as well.
It wasn't.
It sounds like an insult, Carl.
It does, yeah.
No, it wasn't.
I should be able to punch you every time you insult me, though.
No, but I'm not.
I'm doing it. I'm going to give you a dead arm.
Look, Steve, it's you.
Even if it wasn't, you intended it to be one.
What you?
Oh, that was real. Play a record.
But
That's mad. That's mad. Oh, is this the Cardigans? Great, brilliant.
I didn't even say anything.
Let's talk about it. I can do this. Because actors are often quite handsome people, but yet they're always quite obnoxious.
We are.
No, I mean, they're normally quite obnoxious, Rick. Again, you know, you're a good example of that. And yet, I think it must be the small man complex. That's what makes them so obnoxious and so kind of desperate for attention. Didn't realise it before.
Steady on.
Because of course I tower above everyone.
You do, don't you?
I'm, for people who don't know, who are listening, I'm 6'7" tall. That's high.
Yeah.
That's big.
And for people who've never seen him, he doesn't hold it well. It's not like he's a sort of handsome athlete, is it, Carl? He's a bit of a... What would you call him?
Carl, don't answer.
No.
Don't get drawn into that. You know the game he's playing.
No. Do you know yesterday when you were in the office?
Yeah.
You did a little move, and it reminded me of Blakey.
Oh, I hate you, Gervais. Oh, I hate you, Pilkington.
That's stance.
Yeah, but even he held it a little bit better, didn't he? Because he was a man, you know, he had a big coat and everything, the peak cap. But, yeah.
I can't believe, like, I've not suffered enough from being freakishly tall. Now, two of my best buddies, live on radio, are just...
It's not just height, though, is it? It's the posture and the face and everything.
But it's got your places, hasn't it?
No? What do you mean it's got in places?
I think people give you a bit more of a chance in your career and stuff. It's like...
What, yeah, stacking shelves? Because I can reach to a high level.
Oh, you know,
rubbish. That's rubbish, Carl, those prizes. I'm ashamed to give them away.
Carl, you know our mate Johnny, he's a Doctor Who fan.
Yeah.
Do you remember, he bought, the Doctor Who magazine, and, he went, to the toilet, and Steve got post-it notes and put geek on every page, and Johnny opened it on the tube, right, and it had geek and everything, and Johnny bought in the new Doctor Who magazine, I think this week's or this month's, right, and they've perfect Doctor Who fan, right, what the geek is, right, and it looks exactly like Steve.
Alright, don't ever go, Rick.
It does, and, I'm going to try and put it on the website. It's amazing. It's got your hair, glasses, it stands like you, it's sort of dressed like you, and it's only, it's hilarious, and he was, I mean, I'm insulting you now, it sounds like an insult, but if you see it, you'd laugh.
Well, Rockbusters, right?
Yeah.
Right, here we go.
Just a little bit annoyed.
Just 3 clues.
We've lost all the energy in this show, haven't we?
Well, I can't get over that insult. I'm just a little...
No, he did. No,
Just
it
go
was-
on, no, I can be honest with you.
Things,
Ricky
3
came out of left
clues.
field, I wasn't expecting an insult.
No,
And,
but I thought
There
it
was a
was
sense of camaraderie on this.
No, I'll bring
Just
it in.
email in,
See what I mean.
Right, play a record, I'm
ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
just annoyed. I can't
What are we
listen to
doing?
Robert's
I'm
just
just reading out the clues.
Should we put this? Let's put this one in for the Sony Award. Let's put this show in for the Sony Award.
play a song, Carl, because I need to discuss things with him. I've talked before about him
Edit
slagging
it
me
down.
off.
Get this down to 3 minutes. It'd be a great
Do
show.
Rockbusters in a minute. XFM.
To a certain
I'm
extent.
just thinking, if I was to meet Steve in a restaurant, right,
Nothing untoward going on, we're just hanging out.
no, just in the chat, just in the normal night out.
Yeah.
Who's paying? Because, I mean, is it expensive?
Go Dutch. Go Dutch. Go Dutch. I mean,
Right, so I say to you, I'll see you at 8, right, in this restaurant. I turn up at the door. It's a bit of a posh place, right? There's Steve Merchant in,
Yeah.
and the waiter sort of goes, I don't know, what does he look like, right? And
Where's he from?
just a little French fella.
Oh, yeah.
And what does he look like? So the thing I pick up on first, tall lad.
Tall, yeah.
And then he goes, we've got lots of tall people, right? And I go, oh, big eyes?
Big eyes.
Yeah. And then he'd go, yeah, he's over there.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, you can have dinner and you can buy me dinner. I'm not sure you're going to get anywhere with me.
yeah. But the thing is, what he hasn't said is, well, he gets frustrated because we have to go from restaurant to restaurant for something I can eat. But the reason we've only got about 3 restaurants to choose from are that because he doesn't want to spend more than a £5 at lunchtime.
At lunchtime? If I was going out of an evening, you'd spend a decent amount of wallop. But lunchtime,
Would
what
ya?
am I spend? You'd be happy to spend 20 quid on lunch. Imagine that every single day. There's no one out there who's eating lunch 20 quid a day on lunch. It's crazy. You don't need that much food at lunchtime because I don't know what happens. You go in there, you have some kind of tiger in curry for lunch. You're asleep by 1:30. We're trying to work. We're trying to write TV shows, and you're dozing off like one of those giant anacondas that's just eating a sheep and is slowly digesting it. It takes like 3 weeks.
He doesn't. Carl, he does not like the spend. He'll walk a mile out of his way to get a sandwich.
Having an argument over that 50p that time. I don't want to bring it back up again.
Here's
but
the situation, Carl. I lent you 50p, and you decided you weren't going to pay me back. It should be to my discretion if I say, don't worry about it, Carl. You should offer me the 50p, go, there's that 50p I owe you, and I'll go, don't worry about it, Carl. But you didn't even do that.
it's the way that you were like.
I said, where's my 50p? You went, oh, you don't need that. That's not your decision to
I
have.
didn't say that. I said I don't think I've got it at the moment or whatever. And you're going
Rubbish.
through your pockets and that.
Rubbish.
50p. Ridiculous.
You've just given him a keg of beer for free, hadn't you?
Well, let's not go over it again.
I tell you, you're going to go along later to the Live 8 gig, and you're probably going to see some bands that can make an effort to entertain you, but if you want entertainment, Rick, you know it. There's only one person to book.
Go on.
Me. If you you're perhaps going to do because I mean I'm obviously a top DJ on the radio, but where I really come into my own is DJing in any kind of club
Well, you
environment.
told me you were DJing. I didn't go to it. DJing at a party, and you said the place was rocking,
The place was roaring.
and they loved it. Carl just said he was there, and they weren't.
Well, that's nonsense, Carl, because you know very well that when I'd put on a tune, they'd cheer.
Yeah, but it was late on in the night. They would have done that whatever you put on.
That's nonsense.
They said they were happy and everything. I'm not saying they were having a good time. It was your party. It was all right, but they weren't going mental like you're sort of making up.
They were definitely going mental. When I put on the Proclaimers, they could not believe their luck. They would have walked 1,000 miles.
Was it good though? Were they really? What were they doing? They were dancing, were they?
Dancing and that, but they weren't sort of cheering, going, more and all that at the end.
What's that?
Oh,
Take On Me came on, the big cheer went up.
Oh, I don't know who to believe.
I've been there, done it, Steve. I've been the DJ as well, haven't I?
Oh, it might be jealousy. It might
I
be
think it's
like
professional jealousy, though.
yeah.
I think it's because my fortunes are on the up, and these are on the down. You know, we all know famously that he had
Poopies making music,
his
didn't
DJ
happen.
outfit.
Didn't happen.
I did enough. I just wanted to do enough to pay for the equipment. And I did. And that was that. But I don't like crowds, do I?
Carl, it was you that worked out the maths, and worked out I was 28, because I just worked out I'm 27.
You are 27.
No way.
Yeah, I asked you, didn't I? And I said,
Because, no, but what I sort of questioned was, I said, well, if you're 27 today, that means last week you were 26.
well done, yeah. That's irrelevant. So therefore you assumed that I must be 28 then? Whereas I assumed you were using, your knowledge of maths, such as it is.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh, sure.
No.
I actually got lost in that conversation because I genuinely didn't know what he meant with mean last week you were 26. I don't know what that meant.
I don't know what it meant.
Wow. Well, it is Steve's birthday.
It would have been 26 last week.
Sometimes you genuinely frighten me because it's those staring eyes. There's nothing behind him. It's this little bald head. Looks like Davros looking at me. Just genuine fear on his face when he enters into a conversation with another human being.
What bit don't you understand? If he's 27 today, he would have been 26 last week, and he doesn't look 26. He didn't look 26 last week. He looks older than 28 today.
You've started on his birthday. You're still having a go at him.
Carl, I don't look like the kind of hot stud that I actually am. But face facts, that's the truth.
Yeah, live with it.
Get with the programme, jeez.
I had some exciting news this week, Carl. You'll be pleased to find out. I'm worried that you might get a little bit jealous because it's obviously going to impact on your world quite strongly. Because I know you think you like things to be quite samey. You like the status quo to be maintained. You like the fact that in the past, we've had some crosswords. Because I remember, what did you think of me when I first walked in? When I first came in on the first day of
I don't know why you're making a big deal out of it, because I'm just being honest, though. I'm just being honest about a lot of people who see you for the first time sort of go, well, he's a bit weird.
I know that, Steve, that you brought it up, and then you're again.
But I'm sure that wasn't what he said before.
No, he didn't. Yeah, well,
it's a bit weird.
Yeah, well, he looked at you, and I knew. I could see by the look on his face. You know when you know your kid, and your kid's sort of scared of something, and they go, "Why is your kid?" Goes, "Oh, he doesn't like pigeons or spiders." Right. It was like that when I saw Carl, and I brought you in, and I went, "What do you think of that, Carl?" I could see the look on his face that he was disturbed.
Sure.
And then, as he said, you get used to it, don't you?
Yeah, you get used to it. And you have changed a little bit. Your hair's a bit smarter now, and you got some nicer glasses and that, I think. Or I might just get used to it.
Whoa! Don't bring it up, Steve. Don't look at me like that.
So you say that you think some other people in the office thought the same? Do you know that for sure?
Carl.
Did you discuss it?
Carl.
Yeah, I think they do, yeah.
Okay, leave it there then.
But not just in the office. As you walk through
it's worse than you ever thought.
it's best if you leave it.
Well, we're not going to leave it. We're going to get you on the poster.
Yeah.
I mainly after seeing myself on videotape this morning.
I'm sure. The Animal Show. I did the show.
Yes.
I'm doing a video, and I did behind-the-scenes footage, and I've got you've seen it, haven't you?
I feel a little bit of Carl on there, isn't there?
Yes, great.
Yeah.
It's lovely. He can't believe it. He said, "Is it playing slow?" He's so slow. When I come into the office, going, "All right." That's how you
I'm
talk.
mad as well. I look like I'm looking into a spoon. I'm not happy with it.
I just think that if we're willing if Ricky's willing to use his celebrity profile for the sake of the show, I'm willing to look like a, let's say a fairly handsome kind of cool customer. I think the very least, Carl, is that you appear on there as well. Yeah. You could dress. Are you
worried that you'll look the worst out of all three of us?
Who am I standing next to? Next to Steve? I'm fairly confident.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so predictable. You pull the string because you know what it is. It's
you pull the string.
Anyway, I just thought I wanted to say, really.
It is tragic.
What's tragic?
What did you want me to say about that song?
just your opinion. Your own opinion was fine. In fact, your own opinion is better than anything I could really hope for. Without doubt, whenever I ask you a question,
you constantly surprise us.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So only ever carry on telling the truth, carry on saying exactly what's on your mind, and I think this could become a great.
You're like a man who was frozen in the Victorian era and has been reawoken and he's kind of discovering the world. Some things make sense, other things don't. It's beautiful.
As opposed to one that was made in a castle in Victorian times, like Steve.
Oh, that's just...
Oh, I've joined in with Carl.
I can't believe you're
I'm sorry.
outside.
Yeah, no, it was irresistible though, wasn't it? I'm really sorry. Should we play a record? Yeah. So, we were talking about... should we play a record? Is that link too long? Or have we actually got something?
I'm already bored.
Carl, we've got to get to something. We've got to do something.
Why don't you contribute something? You've been silent.
Now that is scraping the bottom about, like, we're in trouble. Oh no. Oh, we're failing. Who can we bring on that's surefire, always delivers,
audio dynamite?
Yeah. Carl, the big guns. Come on, Carl.
I was just thinking there's nobody else who looks like Steve.
He's done you.
That's outrageous. Although, to be honest with you, that insult was resurrected things.
Yeah. Well done. Shut up!
We got two monkeys, right? And
don't stop!
Because they'd seen the owners with guns and what have you.
No!
No, that sounds...
So they had a bit of a shoot-off.
Yeah.
That's how they sorted it out.
And who won?
I think it was George. The one called George.
Right.
So I think they had 17 kids. The farm's still running. So that's like the last little monkey news there. Good little
Rick, does
happy
it
ending to that one.
count if you were to rub your nipple against his lips while I held him down?
Right, come off it now. Come on. No, I'm not doing
Bruce Springsteen, Thunder Road, last track on XFM's with you, Steve. You can check this all out on the webcam.
I've got fingers.
Get his arm out the way, get the arm out the way.
This happened on Scum.
Mary's dress sweet like a vision.
It's happening again, Steve.
What's happening?
It's going all wrong.
Yeah.
We're talking rubbish.
Are
Yeah.
We should have played 2 in a row.
He's having a go, isn't he?
we? Can I just kiss and make up with Carl?
No, that is...
No, let me just kiss and a kiss.
Yeah, but it doesn't next week it'll be the same again. It doesn't mean anything. It's like saying
kiss on the
sorry.
lips. Kiss on the lips.
Go on, look, he's... Look.
Yep.
I've never... Carl has gone a absolute shade of purple, straining not to have merchants...
There's no point, Steve.
No.
There's no point.
No, just shake and make up.
Shake what, Rick?
There you go. All friends, sit down. That's lovely. That's a lovely moment. So there's Steve Merchant with funny glasses on in this place horror, and he's walking round. Do you think he scared people, Carl? I've set this question out, haven't I? I've loaded the question.
I know the answer you're fishing for. Carl, do you just want to have a dig at me? Because it's come up to 2 o'clock, and you've not really put a lot of effort in today, slagging me
I
off.
did it on purpose.
No, he doesn't do it on
Go
purpose.
for it.
He's just an honest northerner, and he can't lie. He's like George Washington, but without the wooden teeth.
Yeah.
I don't think your heart's in it anymore, either, Carl.
I was alright today, but Steve's really dragged me down.
Well, let's...
Yeah, but I just need to know why.
No, do you know, like,
Yeah.
people are being miserable around you?
Yeah.
I was full
Yeah.
of beans when I came in.
Yep, yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep,
but you
yep.
got to remember last week, you were really miserable, and that really wound me up.
Yeah, because he was done to do
it's
stuff.
been
Because, you know, he'd been let down, and they were worried about the next
you were in
show.
a terrible mood.
Yeah.
Look at me
Some
like you were.
songs, I wasn't like going, oh, I'm lying on the settee, looking ill, talking in that voice.
Oh, he's done you again.
I said, just now, being quite friendly. Yeah,
Carl?
Steve.
Carl, have you ever tried to get into the Monarch for free? Because I'll be honest, mate, it's not going to happen for you. Come out with me, mate, you got a quid off. Alright? When you can get in places in county.
Yeah, I'm alright, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's done you.
He's so ungrateful, really.
Yeah,
Because I can't remember the time my dad bought me anything. It's always my mum who bought it, and my dad would give her the money.
yeah.
You got Ricky who's lost his go-kart. You've had a video bought for him and he's still not happy. That's just something selfish.
150 quid?
Yeah.
What, in gift vouchers?
Yeah.
To spend at the same places? I'd have to say, though, I mean, it's not a very inventive gift, is it?
It's a
Whoever
lovely
came up with
thought,
it,
though.
it's a lovely thought. It's wonderful to have £25 that I can only spend in 2 places I'm never going. But, no, I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth.
Any
I'm not
ungrateful anyway.
looking a gift horse in the mouth. It is a treat.
He spoke to Jonathan Ross like he was a normal person.
From someone whose dad buys me a spade for Christmas, I thought you'd be grateful. It's one of them things, isn't it? Like I've said before, when you first see something, it's a bit of a shock. Do you know what I mean? It's like the Elephant Man or whatever.
Yeah.
First time you see him, it's that sort of, oh, look at that.
Do you remember the first time you saw Steve? No, I'm not being funny. Do you remember the first...
Yeah, but I've said this before, it's always, then you get used to how people look, and you don't... No.
I'm gonna pass. You have to play a record.
No, but-
Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant. I'd like to rent you out to people.
See me, I'm different. I would happily leave him now in the bottom of the cupboard.
Until quiz
The Scare
night.
Electrics.
Until the old pub quiz night, when there's no one else who will have you on the team. Sure. And suddenly you want to be your best mate.
Done him again.
Right.
Yeah, where's his mum and dad then, Carl? Yeah?
In Bristol.
Yeah. Do you know what Steve said when he saw that, Carl?
Go on.
He said, it has captured Carl.
What do you mean?
Well, you just look utterly gormless. In the pictures. It's captured you brilliant. You know how, like, a good photographer can do that? They can capture the essence of someone. That's good stuff.
She's a Mary Chain of Black on XFM 104.9. It's 4:10 after the break. Oasis. Oasis, Married with Children.
Yeah.
XFM 104.9. It's the Ricky Gervais Show. Who am I, Steve?
Gervais, you are Gervais.
Yeah.
You are Ricky Gervais.
Lucky you, yes, it's me, Ricky Gervais.
Gervais, weren't you out signing autographs in the week?
Yeah.
Is this true?
Yeah.
Is this true what I've
A
heard?
couple, yeah.
What's the story? Tell me.
Well, we did this roadshow from the Doc Martens store.
Roadshow.
Yeah.
Was it that impressive?
Yeah, me, Crowley and Pitts with like a CD player.
Yeah.
And some boots surrounding us. That was good fun.
And you played some records,
Yeah.
and people were coming up, weren't they, and asking for your autograph.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Well, you know, I'm a bit of a celebrity, Steve, I'll be honest.
If you were really rich,
Yeah.
what would you spend your money on?
You know what I spend my money on?
Yeah.
Just more food and drink than I do now.
Yeah.
Maybe a few extra holidays.
How many people asked for autographs?
Oh, I don't know.
30,
20, yeah. something
What
like
about Crowley? Did anyone ask Crowley for an autograph?
No, they kept asking him if they got this in a size 7. He's getting really honest.
He does look a bit like a sort of spotty shop assistant. that you find,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I'll just go and check with Maureen. Meantime, here's Idlewild.
I got a joke.
Have you?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
We're allowed to tell one joke, aren't we? A
One
show.
joke, because I don't want it to sound like,
No,
you know,
no,
Steve
it's
Penk
terrible.
or...
No,
you know,
nothing wrong with Steve Penk.
I love Penk.
Penk's good.
I'm a big fan of Penk.
That is great.
Don't get me started on Penk.
No,
If I start singing the praises of Penk, we'll be here all night.
I know.
But the point is, you know, you've got
Right.
a gag. Let's hear it.
A little boy, yeah, he's only 5 years old. He's lost in a busy high street, and he's crying his eyes out. Well, he would. He's lost his mummy. He's like, I lost my mummy. And a policeman comes up, and he goes, all right, what's the matter? He goes, I've lost my mummy. The policeman said, all right, don't worry, we'll find her. What's she like? The little kid said, cock and bingo, mainly. Instant repeater, 99, soundtrack of our lives on XFM 104.9.
Gervais, can I just give the listeners one very good reason why they should stay tuned? There are prizes up for grabs very soon. Another of your fantastic movie quizzes
Excellent.
is on the way, Gervais.
Give me one reason why I should stay, though. After the break, Blur.
The stunning new single from Brainmangle, Blood, Sweat and Cum. Blood, Sweat and Cum by Brainmangle. Out now. The new single from Velvet Nazis 666 UK is like a rhino. The animals went 2 by 2. You like we're in the like a rhino from Velvet Nazis 666 UK. The UK is important.
Blur and Tracy Jackson, XFM 104.9. I really am a very good DJ.
Well, yeah, maybe. 01715802000. Do you agree with that statement? Is Ricky Gervais a very good DJ? Gervais, looking at the cover of the News of the World today.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I mean, we all know. I mean, how are you coping? How are you getting through the days?
I'm in shock. I'm sort of pretending it hasn't happened. I'm playing a lot of the old records.
I know exactly that. Yeah, the Spice Girls are on the brink of splitting up.
Yeah.
Jerry Halliwell has left the band. Rumour has it. But even more worryingly, all right, apparently the reason Jerry left was that she was bullied out of the group by Scary Spice. Apparently, Scary Spice Mel B is absolutely vicious. Lots of remarks about Jerry.
Oh, dear.
Always sniping and going at her.
Well,
and
this must
Jerry's
be
left.
particularly close to your heart, because you were bullied at school by a pop star, weren't you?
I was indeed.
Who was that?
Lionel Richie.
Really?
Yeah, it was a nightmare. The thing was, Lionel had just left the Commodores.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of pent-up nervous energy. Do you know what I mean? Which he used to take out on me. by
Check out on you,
pummeling me in the
because
face
you
and things.
looked gimp.
Yeah, it was just annoying.
What year was this?
That was 82.
Well, it must have worked, because he was about to have, like, big hit with Dancing on the Ceiling.
True enough.
He would, hold on, he'd have been flying high before that with Hello.
Well, exactly that. You see, the thing was, he'd had a string of top 10 hits.
Yeah.
I was about 14.
Yeah.
I didn't have the chart credibility
No.
with which to fight back.
To fight back.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, often you'd just be throwing my satchel in the tree, and singing, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?"
What chance did you have against that?
How could I cope with that? He's got a great singing voice. I haven't got soul.
That is
what can I
terrible.
say?
That is terrible.
But you had a similar problem, didn't you? Were you
Yeah.
not bullied by a band?
That was before. I'm older than you. I mean, this was like 20 years ago when I was a kid at school.
Really?
And I was bullied by a whole band.
You were bullied by a whole band?
Yeah.
Who?
Hanson.
Well, they're bastards.
With the news that Jerry Halliwell has left the Spice Girls, XFM has set up a helpline for distressed fans. If you need a shoulder to cry on, call Ricky Gervais on 0171 580 2000.
Hello? I know, Andy, yeah, I know. Okay. I know, yeah, it's terrible, but listen, I want you to think of all the good times she's given people. The records that she was on still exist. They'll always be there. I can't believe it's going to be the end of her career. She's a very, very talented young lady. And of course, there's always the, the photos of her. There's photos on the internet. I'm not talking publicity shots. I'm talking filth. Yes. I mean, there's one, right? I don't know how they got away with it. She's got these... Hello? Well, anyway, she's got these two.
The XFM Ginger Helpline on 0171 580 2000.
Ricky Gervais, XFM.
I'm not going to lie to you. That was House of Pain and Jump Around.
Don't lie to me.
No.
Don't ever lie to me.
No, that is House of Pain, Jump Around. We were jumping around.
Of course.
We've got no shame. XFM 104.9. It's 20 to 5.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. After the ad break, there'll be another record.
Is there going to be another ad?
Definitely.
There's going to be an ad break?
Yeah.
You're not lying to me?
No.
Really? Oh.
Muff Shandy says turn it up. Earplugs are gay.
Earplugs are gay. Hear what I say now. Earplugs are gay. Get them out the way now. Feel the need to make them leave. My brain needs noise to speak. Motherfucker.
The new single by Muff Shandy, Earplugs Are Gay.
Do you know what I mean?
I really feel psyched up after that.
So do I. I just want to... Oh, you saw me there. I was shadow boxing again.
It was
Dance
incredible.
Around.
It was incredible.
Good job Pitts was here. Because you can hit him as hard as you like and he can't feel it. Well, they feel it a couple of minutes later.
Yeah, it just sort of ripples.
It's lovely. It's
beautiful.
great because it takes out aggression. He sort of likes it because it tickles him.
Yeah,
He's like...
nice.
You remember Pillsbury Dough?
No.
That little bloke that used to laugh when you used to prod him.
No
It's
idea what you're talking about.
fantastic.
What are you talking about?
0171 580 2000. Everyone phone and say, Steve, you're a twat. Of course we remember Pillsbury Dough, so don't try and do that one on me.
Pillsbury Dough? Wait,
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Well, that's your loss.
Right, well, if that's the game you're playing, Gervais,
Yeah.
I'll try and pluck one out of the bag.
Go on then.
Oh, well, no, you can carry on talking. I'm just, let me think. No, I'll come up with something.
This will involve a mate of yours in Bristol. Do you know Cherry Wise? No? Ah. You win.
I'll come up with something. So what was this thing? What was it called? The
Pillsbury Doughboy. It was a little thing that used to come in, a little round wobbly thing, and you pressed and you went...
What are you talking about?
0171 580 2000.
Where did it come from?
Prove me wrong.
Where did it come from?
What's the name of a thing, innit? Pillsbury Dough.
What do you mean a thing?
What is it? Pastry mix.
It's a pastry mix.
Oh.
Is it a toy?
No! What, you used to play with food when you were a kid?
Gervais, you still play with food.
This is going nowhere. Shut up. No, forget it. Right, it's after the ad break.
Jamie and his magic torch.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that. Was that little kid in the comics had magic pipes? He'd go past an ad of, like, a woman eating a cream bun, and the cream bun would come to life. You know what I mean? Now, at 14, he'd be getting different material, wouldn't he, to bring to life. Do you remember him? He was in a comic book.
Are you on crack?
Oh, I love it. When Grandad gets out of the bath, his skin's so clean and smooth.
But after a hard day squelching around, soreness can cause discomfort. New Pandoras with Hello Bahaha creamy caring stuff acts as a clunge protector. And the new dry weave chicken wings soak up all the piss and shit so Grandad stays dry. New Pandoras with clunge protection. Because I love my Grandad. You dirty old...
Yeah. Gomez, yeah. Shut up! I've got to say what the record is. Gomez, get myself arrested. What, Steve?
I have finally figured out what on earth you were waffling on about just a second ago.
What?
Pillsbury Dough?
Yeah.
Right, just Pillsbury Dough. apparently, I'm talking to the listeners, Gervais,
Go
not
on,
yourself. Apparently, Pillsbury dough, right? It's an ad from years ago,
Yeah.
advertising this form of dough.
Pastry, yeah.
A little cartoon character comes on the telly,
Yeah.
Pillsbury dough man,
Yeah,
and he comes on, and a woman presses his belly,
Yeah.
and he makes a noise or something.
yeah. That's what I said.
Well, you didn't say that at all.
Why?
You didn't explain it. See, when I want to explain something, all right, Gervais, what I do is I think, what do I need to say?
Yeah.
How can I best express it? Which words shall I use, and in
Yeah.
what order?
Yeah.
When you want to express something, you just go, words, 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 stop. Words, oh, annoyed, words. Do you know what I mean? It's just gobbledygook.
I was
Gervais.
excited about remembering Pillsbury dough.
Yeah, but you must not let your excitement...
I can believe you're so stupid and sheltered not to have heard of him.
You must not let your excitement, right, undermine your use of grammar. Do you understand me, Gervais? It's not an excuse.
Sensibility.
Anything, all right? Just think before you speak. Just think.
Why?
Please think before you speak.
I'm a DJ.
Think before you speak.
Where would I get if I did that? And someone here says, starting off with and.
Never start a sentence with and or because, Gervais. Everybody knows that.
Oh,
Never start a sentence with and or because.
Mandy from Chingford wants to know if I remember a programme called Billy Liar. Of course I do, you see, and you probably
A
don't.
programme called Billy Liar?
Yeah.
Rubbish. That's
You've
never
embarrassed
existed.
yourself
No, there's
again.
I admit there's a film and a play and a,
Happy
and a book.
birthday, Charlotte. No, Catherine. It's from Charlotte. She's 20.
Yeah, man, you're super slick on the mic. Oh, yes, sirree, Gervais.
Get me another one. Because the thing is, you stop drinking, you start going a bit mad.
Can we get the margaritas in here, please, Nick?
I had a margarita yesterday, sitting outside a little restaurant in Camden, had a margarita.
Oh, I went to a party. I was on the margaritas.
Where?
I saw one of them the next day, actually. She was a lovely girl.
No, you can't do jokes like that. What were we talking about before that, though?
Play a record, Gervais.
Drugstore, Sober, on XFM 104.9, London's only alternative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
interesting that you say that sentence every time we finish playing a record.
I've learnt it.
Because it's the only thing that
Yeah.
you've memorised, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
You can actually say that and get from the beginning to the end without sort of keeling over or something. Or just
You
having,
take a deep breath.
yeah, taking another swig. You should see him preparing to come out of a record. Right, XFM 104.9, and off you go.
Yeah.
Beautiful, Gervais.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. Walking along the other night towards your house on that route, that direct route from
Yeah.
XFM. Walking along,
Zen line.
very short fella walking alongside me, right? And you know sometimes your eyes meet with these people. I saw his face.
What are you doing? Crawling? How short are we talking?
He's a short man. 3
4 foot.
3 or 4 feet.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carrying a big bag.
Yeah.
I saw his face. It looked... You know those people that look as though their face has been stapled together?
Yeah.
He was one of those sort of people.
Yeah.
And so his face very odd. I mean, you know, I don't want to sort of... it's like a bit like the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
He was
wasn't-
short and ugly, you're tall and ugly.
Exactly. But
So-
he was a weird-looking fella.
What's
Anyway,
new?
He looks up at me, Gervais. He looks up at me and he says, can I jump on your back?
Really?
Absolutely what he said. Can you believe that? Can I jump on your back? What was I going to say? It's ridiculous. He's like, can I jump on your back? And I don't know what his plan... Once he'd got up there, I'm not sure what his plan of action was going to be. I don't know what he was thinking.
Fight a much taller man.
Yeah. Anyway, he says that, and I say, well, no, you can't. And he says, oh, go on, let me, you big C-U-N-T.
Did he?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Oh, go on, let me. I mean, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Like that was going to convince you.
I know, yeah.
Like, at first sight. Oh, well, no, I won't. Oh, go on, you big... Oh, go on, then.
Yeah, all right.
That was lovely.
As you ask so sweetly.
What if it had been the short, ugly woman who'd had her face stapled together?
Well, I'd have let her jump up.
Yeah.
Well, she might have needed to get somewhere quick, you know, and those kind of opportunities, it would just be ungentlemanly. If
She might have needed a ride.
She might have needed a ride.
Portishead, Numb.
Yeah.
After the break, a classic by House Martins.
Lovely.
Steve made me do it.
Brilliant.
Classic House Martins.
Well, it's happy hour.
Again?
No, just called happy hour. Don't embarrass yourself, you swine.
Why did you play that then? That was your choice for today. Go on.
Well, I'll tell you why I played that. It reminds me of a girl. No, seriously.
Yeah, go on.
No, it does.
Where's the punchline?
There is no punchline.
Well, you went out with a girl?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
You did.
Yes. And
Go on.
we played that song quite a lot.
Really?
Don't mock, don't judge, you know.
Go on.
But she was, this is absolutely true, she was very odd.
Of course she was.
She used to decide everything.
Yeah.
via the paper.
Go on.
She would write out, she would tear a piece of paper in half, and she would write, yes or no. Like, her question to herself.
You know she had 2 no's in her hand, don't you?
Her question might have been...
No, every night she had 2 no's.
Her question might have been, should we go down to the supermarket? Yes, no.
Yeah.
And she'd choose one at random. No, won't go to the supermarket. She might have, shall I buy a new hat?
Yeah.
She might have, yes, no, choose the paper, no. And, it's just a bit odd, just a bit weird. And no, that is exactly how it all finished.
Really?
Yeah. She wrote, she made the question she asked herself was...
Is this true, by the way?
This is absolutely true. The question she asked herself was, shall I carry on going out with Steve?
Right.
Piece of paper, yes, no. No. Do you know what I mean? That's quite a tragic story.
She had 30 goes.
Best out of 3, she kept saying.
Yeah.
No, that is absolutely true.
That is tragic. I mean, that really is quite tragic.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
It makes me a love martyr, don't you think?
Well, yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
It was so much more, because you can put it down to, like, fate and luck now, as opposed to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the gods.
It wasn't your fault.
No.
Well, if you're listening, this was your tune. This is the Delgados. Everything goes around.
With the news that Jerry Halliwell has left the Spice Girls, XFM has set up a helpline for distressed fans. If you need a shoulder to cry on, call Ricky Gervais on 0171 580 2000.
Hello. Of course it's very, very sad, and, maybe the Spice Girls, as they were, don't exist anymore. But, I mean, her work will go on, the good she's done for charity, like the mine victim charities, and, all that caring that she did. And our thoughts shouldn't just be with her, it should be with, William and Harry now.
Rick, I think you got a bit confused, love.
The XFM Ginger Helpline on 0171 580 2000.
Just sing it with me.
Baby Birds, Bad Old Man.
Yep.
XFM 104.9.
Yeah.
Nearly R5. Ad Break. Scope, Song for Bobby. Competition, Film Quiz. Shed 7 album. Midget album. XFM album with China's Realm Garbage Left Field. Am I making sense?
No. Play a record.
That's all, Bobby.
That's all, Bobby. Song for Bobby. Scope. Just gone R5, Steve. It's competition time.
Gervais, you're absolutely right. Competition time on XFM. We're going to play you a clip from a classic movie. We want to know what is the film. 3 CDs to give away to the lucky winner, Gervais. Album from Midget, album from Shed 7, and an XFM compilation album. Tracks on there from the Boo Radleys. We got songs from Stereolab, Marion, all sorts. Gervais, play the clip. It's a classic movie, but what is it?
After I've told you that I nicked those CDs from your pigeonhole.
Oh, I don't believe it.
I knew you wouldn't mind.
We're not giving them away.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
Here's the clip.
What was that?
T1000 mimetic polyalloy, liquid metal. Cannot form complicated metal objects, just stabbing weapons.
Could he make a corkscrew?
No problem. But he has to make things of a similar volume.
Could he make scissors?
Do they have to work?
Yeah.
No then. Just stabbing things.
A pen?
Again with the volume thing.
But he could make a pen.
It'll have to be a big pin.
A sword?
Yes, obviously.
Some roller skates?
Impossible. The moving parts.
A ball and chain?
I thought you had the concept.
Fishing rod?
You're winding me up now.
A chess set, but all in one piece. Sort of a sculpture.
What would be the point?
If it was metal, it would still hurt.
I'm going.
No, but if it's metal, he could hit you with a feather duster and he could still kill you.
He's a T1000, the Terminator, not Ken Dodd.
Ooh.
That's it, I'm leaving.
Say, I'll be back.
No, I'm going.
What about my little boy?
The brat. You shouldn't have taken the piss.
So, classic movie action there. The question's simple. What movie is it from? It's a blockbuster and a cult film. Simple. What film was that? 0171 580 2000.
Gervais, I've got to say, I'm very impressed with the work you've been doing. You've obviously put a lot of effort into that.
Yeah.
That little that little quiz there.
Yeah.
I'm most impressed, Gervais. What can I say?
Good.
You know, but I'm a little bit worried.
Go on.
It seems to me that a lot of your humour is based around swearing and then just sort of bleeping out the swear words. Do you know what I mean? It just seems a bit juvenile.
It's juvenile, yeah. I mean, that's the point. It's juvenile and silly, and it's not particularly clever, but it is funny.
What? What did you say then?
I'm just saying, it is. You're right. It is sort of juvenile and childish a bit as well, but it's funny, isn't it? And that's the important thing.
How did you do that? Is that some kind of wind up?
Do what?
You're